everyone, this is not quite how I started this video, but that is Cadwell Park, or this is Cadwell Park. I'm camping the night before. It seems like I'm the only one with that stupid idea. Weird that, isn't it? But it was about 3 hours from my place. It's free camping here at Cadwell Park the night before, as long as you arrive after 5 PM and then everyone is left. So that's awesome. Security guards here, there's toilets down there, there's toilets over there. I'm hoping they'll stay overnight, open that is, but I mean, it's not like anyone will actually see me if I have to go over the trees to use them. Just waiting for this storm to go that way, blow over. It's getting better. And then we'll set some camp up here. And that's me for the night. Maybe I can walk around the track a little bit, see if they'll let me do that. That would be good. That was the plan tonight. It would be nice if it was sunny, not chucking it down with rain. And then we'll wake up bright and early, and I'll see you then. So here's our little tent setup. I know it's by the toilet empty point. It gives me an extra windbreak basically, and it's the only bit of grass that I could find that wasn't completely waterlogged. It's been really wet here. So first quick little job after I put the tent up, which only took seconds, which is cool. I'm worried that's coming this way. And for the HRT day, they ask that your headlights don't come on automatically. And on the Yamaha Phaser, I don't know how well your bike maybe, you know, it's more common these days, isn't it? Basically the headlights come on. I was just going to show you that with the key. Let's make sure that, there we go. And it would if it started. It's not in neutral, let's put it in neutral. I'll show you, hang on. Oh, this is a very boring bit of the video. Right, neutral. Okay, obviously the throttle's stuck there. There we go, lights are on. Okay, cool. So we don't want that to happen, so we've pulled the side trim off and we pull that up, and this one, the 20 amp, which I think it's done like that, so it means that 20 amp there is the one. Right, let me just take that out, and there we go, that's the 20 out. We can put that in a little spare spot like that, and now if we turn the ignition on, cool. So that's them, happy with that. I've got to put somewhere with some gaffer tape my name and the bike model. Apparently that's not good enough. Maybe it's to match me with my bike when I'm up in the trees and I've left the track. I did that for the way here. I don't know if that's necessary from the track, but obviously I had to do that because of plates. So I'll take a couple of straps off tonight. That's ready. If the weather continues to be this nice, I'll do a few other checks, just bulk checks, but otherwise I'll get up early in the morning. It's going to be dry in the morning and do that. So good night everyone. That's going to be me sorted for now. This is beautiful Cadwell Park. It is gorgeous here sometimes, apparently. I just arrived in the rental. Cool, let's get up. Waking up to a beautiful morning. When I say waking up, I didn't really fall asleep, to be honest. The wind is just relentless across here, and so the tent kept me awake most of the night because it was flapping. But I spent the last couple of hours in a nice warm car, so we got a bit of rest, sleep. Right, another camper. Apparently he was here. I don't even remember him turning up. Let's go and say hello to them, brush my teeth. Let's see if in this delightful weather we can actually light a burner and have a cup of tea, because that is necessary to thaw my hands out. Anyway, what a beautiful day. It will be balmy windy, but it will be dry. Compared to yesterday, I'll take that.
Okay, welcome you to the first session. Our first session is really steady. We might be in the quicker group, A group, but there's 6 micro groups within that, and we were bumped up from B because There's just B was too full, the slow group. So you can see how the instructor is taking us around real steady. There's damp patches, we're nervous. I can't speak for the rest of the boys in my little micro group, but this is my second time ever on a track, on a bike. First time ever visiting Cadwell, not even come to watch bikes here or cars here. How cars get around this track, I don't know. But they were just teaching us the process here of the overtaking. So you'd follow an instructor, and then after one lap you hold back, your little micro group overtakes you, and there we go, you pick up on the last rider basically, so you're now at the back of the group. So first session is just simply learning the track. I had taken some time to look on videos online, but maybe you haven't done that, or you can't translate that to what you see. So here we are, just following the instructor around, real steady pace. And this is where we're overtaking the guy that was following the instructor. So he's now going to go just behind me, to the back of the pack. So you all get an opportunity to follow different riders, but particularly you get an opportunity to follow the instructor. So that's pretty much how this session went, really. Hope that helps. So after a couple of laps, we've made our way through the group, and here we are overtaking the rider that was following. He'll go to the back of the pack, and I'm now going to follow the instructor. And we have to be cautious, because there's other groups that are much faster in the A group, as you're about to find as they come flying past us. There you all go. So there's a lot of learning at this stage about how the groups work, where you are on track, where you pass, and that's the first session done. So second session, same thing, we've now kind of acclimatised ourselves to the track. We've got ourselves used to this overtaking process, which is good just to be able to do it automatically. You don't have to think about it, you can focus on your riding. This second session, more about where you're looking. So we're working on, okay, we know where the turning points are, the little cones, you know, the apex point is, that's another cone. But where are you looking? If you're looking at the apex cone as you're approaching it, then you're likely to either be too slow, or you could be going too fast and you run wide. You always need to be looking way ahead, into the next corner, into the next point, looking ahead, looking ahead, looking ahead. It was just drived into us, really. Very, very useful, simple skill to have is looking as far ahead as is possible, almost on a track, because you ride your bike automatically and you go with your bike where you're looking. So the further ahead you can look, the smoother you are and the quicker you are. So you notice here on the second session, overtaking system's the same, he's going behind me, but the pace is just a little bit quicker. And that was what was lovely about this day, is you'll notice through these sessions you don't seem to see a change, but if you watch the first session and then the final session, there's a big dramatic difference. They're just slowly increasing our pace through the day as we're comfortable, not pressured at all. So here we are, just leave you to watch a little bit of me on track following the instructor. It was quite confidence inspiring to be keeping up with another little micro group in the A, because we all thought we'd be really, really slow. Anyway, I'll let you watch for a bit.
sessions in. It's going well. I'm with a bunch of guys who also sort of been bumped up to A but don't feel that confidence. That's good. We've been working on just getting the lines right, really working on that position, which is really key here. Let me show you the circuit a little bit. Okay, there's your mountain. Let's go up to compass. The switchover's been going well. We're quicker than another group in A, which is nice. Still getting lapped, of course. But yeah, so we've done just geography, just getting to know the track, and then the next one was working out where you're looking. So we worked really hard on that, and that's getting better now. We're improving our pace because we're looking better. Made a couple of mistakes on braking, and we've been following the instructor. Now we're going to be followed by the instructor, so we're all a bit nervous about that, if I'm honest. All very nervous about that, but we'll see how we go. If we make mistakes, that's what about learning, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous bikes here today, absolutely flying. Now this is the B group out now, so you can see they're a lot slower. But that's what these HRT days are about all different skill levels. And you're all gaining something from being here for the day. So just these two people being taken up by one instructor, that's really cool, that is. That's amazing, actually. They give them that time. So there we go, we are 2 sessions in. I think there's 2 more to go this morning, and then the afternoon we're on our own. Yay!
Alright, so 3rd session now. This is where we have been following the instructor. We still do. Every first lap you take onto the track, you follow the instructor out, which is really good because you don't just go out and do something stupid on the first couple of top corners. You get your brakes, you get your tyres up to temperature, you get relaxed. You know, anything that doesn't feel right you can just sort out. And then, so we followed the instructor, then the instructor followed a rider. So this is a bit of a tricky overtaking situation. We have to overtake the rider in front of you and overtake the instructor, and then he's following you. And he's obviously wanting you to go now, build your pace up. But he's particularly wanting you in this session to work on your lines, because he's been trying to watch us from behind. It's very difficult, isn't it? Watch us from in front, watch behind. Now he can see if we've been applying what he's taught us in session 2. So he's looking for us to get close to the cones for turning point, close to the apex cone, close to the outside edge when we leave, good road positioning, and of course he's looking for where our head is. So you can see clearly with someone's head, usually your eyes directing where your head is, isn't it? But as you can hear probably in this straightaway, we're going pretty steady still. He's not asking us to go flat out. He's just asking us to apply session 2, and he can watch, and then at the end of this session he'll give us feedback. So there we go, nice steady progress again. No jump up and expecting us to suddenly go flat out on every corner, get our knee down, get it squirming out of every corner and get top speed on the straights. Very reassuring way to train you on a track you don't know, with maybe its speed you're unfamiliar with. Anyway, let you watch for a bit. So here's the routine once you're following an instructor. I should have backed off way more here, but I didn't, not enough. So you've got one rider going in front. Here I should have backed off the throttle completely. I was just keeping steady state and it didn't really give enough space for them all to go past. Here I back off, let them all past, but you're meant to just drop right back so everyone can overtake you. Remembering him, who you're meant to be following. Right, so now this is 5th session. I've got it on 360 mode, so it might make you throw up a little bit. Sorry if that's the case, but it's kind of a cool angle, isn't it? And I wanted to use it mainly to see what my body position was like. I can give myself feedback, if you like, watching the footage back. I can see where I'm looking, you know, what's my hand controls like, do I look comfortable, am I relaxed, are my elbows relaxed? You can read a lot from body position, and that's what I was trying to do with recording it in 360, so you can see the helmet, my eyes, where am I looking. Anyway, 5th session, we've done 1 lap following the instructor as usual, and then he's backed off right to the back of the pack and allowed us to go. We're here trying to get used to overtaking each other. A few of us rode together, which was nice, and then we all found our own little bit of space to practice everything up to this session. at our own pace now. So we can build a little bit of pace, we can follow each other if we want, learn from each other, and the instructors coming around, sort of picking us off, following us a little bit, to still give us a little bit of feedback at the end. That's the idea, isn't it? So, enjoy 600 cc's of naturally aspirated Yamaha engine, and me trying to ride it. Final session that I have recorded. I did another session but the batteries died. So now we're just trying to apply everything that we've had, and we're a little bit freer on track. So you're allowed to overtake where you want, safely obviously, and you keep an eye out for those who are faster to pass you as well. It's nice to sometimes ride with a couple of riders you admire, or you think they're doing something that's better than you, which a lot of them were for me, including the guy on a GS 1200 who could flick it in and through this, particularly the slow corners, so much quicker than I could. He had so much confidence on the front end, it was amazing. So I liked following him for a bit, and then I noticed he'd back off. I'd pass, but then he'd follow me because he was trying to learn things from me. So it's a lovely kind of community spirit. You're not just trying to go faster than each other, you're trying to follow each other, watch each other, while apply everything you've been taught over the last few hours. So your brain is pretty overloaded, and you're encouraged that if you start getting tired and make mistakes, just come off track. There's other times to go on session. You start making mistakes, you get annoyed, you hurt yourself, you hurt your bike, or you just stop making progress. So I'm going to shut up now. You're going to put in the comments all the things I need to work on, which is quite extensive. This is why recording on a bike isn't just for, oh look, I've got a video on YouTube. I found it really useful, especially with a 360 view, to look at my body position, my bike position, where I was hitting markers, where I wasn't, what I was doing, what I wasn't doing. And I'd be keen to go back to Cadwell on an open day now, and I could apply what I've learned from just watching the last videos and based on what they instructed me through the day. Anyway, enjoy a bit of naturally aspirated screaming motorcycle. Oh, and a bloke screaming in his helmet as well. I don't know if you can hear it, sometimes I was just giggling to myself because I was having so much fun. I'll do a voiceover giggle. Ah, this is so much fun. Oh, he's faster than me, that's not fair. I'll go faster then. Oh, maybe not, I'm a bit faster. Oh no, yay, this is so much fun. So that was pretty much my commentary in the helmet. Just hope that helps.
we say? Well, end of the sessions now. The last 3 sessions, I think it was. We went out solo. The last one, unfortunately, I just ran out of battery. I didn't actually predict that we'd have that much track time today. That's a good thing. That's awesome. Generally, these guys all got obviously good guys, nice instructors. It's been great done in one-on-one sessions with some people. The phaser, of course, did absolutely amazing. As did a bunch of other bikes I didn't expect. We kept up with some awesome stuff. I was following on a GS 1200. We overtook a couple of CBR 1000 blades and a bunch of other bikes, and didn't get lapped this time, which was cool. Would I do it again? 100% I would do it again. Still got a little bit of front end fear. Need to work on that. But Cadwell Park HRT Day, if you're a biker, get yourself involved. If you've never done it before, go for Group B. We'll go for Group A, because we lost 2 yesterday, because there was loads of Group B. I've done that in our little mini group. So the next day, and now the adrenaline is worn off, and I managed to sleep. That was a rough journey last night, 3 hours through apocalyptic weather, and I was shattered. I think I said on the last bit of video last night, definitely think you shouldn't ride home if it's a long journey after that day, HRT day, or drive home even. I drank coffee and I don't like coffee, I don't drink it, and even that only just took the edge off. I should have stopped to have a snooze really. Anyway, so now the adrenaline's worn off and I've thought about the day. Definitely that's one thing I'd do. I would travel day before, day after. So you just rested, no risk there. As far as the bike's concerned, well, let's talk about how the bike performed. So the phaser did absolutely amazingly well. It really held its own. I certainly don't think I got 100% out of it. No way. Mainly in the corners. I'm still not that confident on the front end. It just slipped a few times on the front end, whether that was my fault or the bike. I doubt it was the bike. So I just had that little bit of lack of confidence, and on the really sharp hairpin I actually got it so far down that I ground off that foot peg and actually took a section of paint off. So I was at a pretty severe angle, but it did amazing. The amount of brake dust, I think we're going to have to think about brake pads soon. Yeah, but I certainly made use of my tyres, so that's good. There's still a little bit edge of tyre, but I don't know, there's just something knowing you've got a little bit more to give if you need it, and I was hanging off the bike. Bike did amazing. Incredible for basically a sport tourer, no fancy technology or suspension or brakes. Did amazing. So yes, Cadwell Park HRT Day. You don't need a fancy sports bike. People were there with bikes worth, well, 10 times what the phaser's worth, and 10 times better, you would say. Fancy 600,000 CBR RRs, and we were overtaking them in my group, who had a GS 800 or 850, a GS 1200, and my phaser. I mean, we weren't on fancy bikes, and we were overtaking those guys. So whatever bike you've got, as long as it's in good condition and your tyres aren't 1,000 million years old, just go and do it. It's the best money I've spent on a bike, on training. Invest in yourself, not your bike. As long as it's in good condition. The phaser did amazing. Cadwell Park, what a roller coaster. 100% guaranteed to have fun, to learn something and have a great day. So yeah, you go and book that. Get onto the list, prepare yourself. It's already fully booked this year, so for 2024 I'll be doing the same this winter. I'll be watching the dates and I'll be booking it as soon as it comes out. See you there next year, 2024.